Today, I am taking over as manager of Olympique Lyon, starting in January with a team that currently have financial issues. They're currently sit fourth in the table with young talents like Endrick on loan from Real Madrid. Also, big talents in the team like Malik Fofana have been linked with Liverpool, and players like Ernest Nwame, and also Alfonso Moreira in the squad. I can see we're currently fourth in the table on 36 points, not too far off Olympique Marseille, or just about ahead of us, and not too far ahead of Lille, and also Stade Rennais, and even Strasbourg. But looking into the team, Endrick's a player. Now, if we do manage to get top four this season, we might be able to sign him next season. That's what's on the line for us. But in terms of Nwame and Malik Fofana, they're back from injuries pretty soon. And Tagliafico's got a season-ending injury, so we're going to make a big signing for the left-back role. And I'm going to show you who that's going to be right now. And signing here for Fenerbahce for 9 million is Jadon Oosterwolde, the 24-year-old 76-rated centre-back slash left-back. Obviously, a very pacey player, tall, physical, great defender as well. He's going to be a left-back for now, so he can play centre-back if we need him to as well. But for only 9 million, considering we only had 60 million in the budget, I feel like I made a pretty good signing. I did want to sign Bradley Locco from Stade Brestois, but unfortunately, they didn't want to let us have him. There's some Quentin Merlin, I did go in for him as well. But Oosterwolde should be a great player for us in the team to be our only signing of this window. Well, let's get into the season. I think I'm going to make one pre-contract signing for next season as well. But I can see Oosterwolde signs for 9 million for Fenerbahce, and should be a great signing for us in this team. Alright, so before we get into our first game against Lille, we're just below us in the fifth position on 32 points. Let me quickly outline the plan for season one, well, the rest of the season anyway. This is going to be half a season per episode, hopefully. Going to try doing this layout for episodes going forward. And the plan is for us to hopefully get top four. And if you guys want us to do so, and we have the money to do so next season, we can bring in Endrick on a permanent basis. He's only here on loan for the next 4 months. I see a decent, pretty good young talent, as we know. Has been very good for Lyon since signing for him, 4 goals and 1 assist in 4 games so far for them. So played up a good signing on permanent deal next season. Obviously would be fairly expensive, so we need the money to do so. Obviously, right now it's valued at 20 million, probably going to be about 25 million by the end of the season probably. So it would be maybe 25 to 30 million we'll have to pay to get him from Real Madrid into this team. But first of all, though, we have to show him that he's going to join a team that's on the rise and not a team that is just kind of stagnating. And we need to get top 4 and hopefully also win the Europa League so we can convince Endrick to sign for us next season if you guys want that to be a possibility for us. The domestic trophy, the second one, I forgot what it's called now off the top of my head, but the secondary trophy in France, hopefully we can win that as we get a chance over Tasman, the American from range, hits it, the 24-year-old forces a save out of us there in goal. The Turkish shot stopper, for them. Tyler Morton, I believe, is on corners for us. Yes, he is. The Liverpool talent has also been great for Lyon since signing for them as Oosterwolde on his debut. Almost scores there. Well, Tyler Morton's going to be a big player for us in this team to develop alongside Tasman in the CDM roles. We've got Romain Gola, the Belgian, behind him. See Corentin Tolisso, so we can play the CDM role and the cam role. But right now he's playing cam for us. He does get on a -3 at cam for some reason, so that's one thing to take in mind with him in the team. Tyler Morton, no. Trying to get forward, but get a little bit lucky there. Tolisso feeds it through to Malik Fofana, who's denied there by Ozir. He might not be here next season. As we get, that's a great play. Ernest Nwame, he shoots, but it's denied there by Ozir again. But we're looking pretty good. The football we're playing on the attack is great. We just need to get a goal. Here's Ainsley Maitland-Niles, so he's going to be a decent player for us at right back. From our Arsenal talent inside here. Tania Karte finds Tolisso, and again we're denied. But what an opening 16 minutes it's been for us as manager, and as a team here we're looking dangerous as Tasman, the American. There's it half here too. The cat's it. No, there's actually Nwame. He shoots. I thought it was going to be Tolisso at the top of the box, and right now Lille are struggling to deal with us on the attacks because we're getting corner back to back right now anyway. Morton short to Maitland-Niles. Niles into the box there. The Karte plays it inside to find Tolisso, but they get it clear. The Portuguese talent has a little on the first time it's getting coming forward on the attack. Verdonk. Back here to Correa. The Portuguese wide play gets into the box, but it's blocked. Correa again finds Haraldsson. He shoots, and there's a good save there from Grief in goal. 5 minutes for us, but since then it's been Lille who've been on the attack. Well, here we go on the attack again. Associate, as we say, that Tasman. And feed it forward, looking for Nwame and also Endrick, but it's in between both of them, and neither of them are going to get there. So they're a team that are just below us in the table, looking to claw back ground on us to hopefully get themselves Champions League football. We're looking to defend this position. I see there's a lot more on the line for us than there is for them. Obviously Endrick is a possible signing. Here's Nwame for the half-time break, and he finally opened the scoring for us in this game that we can't. Because Ozir in goal is unbelievable. I'm going to add him to the shortlist after this game because I need to see what Rainy is. If he's a player that we could sign, he might be our goalkeeper moving forward if he's not too old, not too low rated. But right now he's playing incredible. Ball into the box, so looking for Oosterwolde, the Dutchman. Can't win a header before Sydney Karte. And apparently we handballed it in the process there, though. And also drop in the comments down below if you do like the planned thing moving forward, the half a season per episode, as Enquiries low on the attack here, cuts inside Enquiries, going to get his first goal for us in this series. Enquiries hits the crossbar. And to Olivier Giroud, good defending there for Karte against him. We're nearly now into this game. I'm going to bring in Petter Suter at some point, maybe take it off Tesman in midfield and keep Morton on. Fofana though, here's Enquiries, these two linking up. Two players that might not be here next season. Obviously, one of them we can probably sign. Enquiries inside. And it's good defending from his fellow Brazilian, Alexandro. If we don't get a win in this game, I will be disappointed, as we have played incredible. We deserved the 3 points. Tolisso over the top, looking for Enquiries, one-on-one with Azur. Can he score? How have we not scored yet in this game? Here's Karabek to find Enquiries. Enquiries now to get the shot away. Enquiries does so, but it's not the best effort. Not going to lie, because we should have won this game by now. Olivier Giroud somehow beats Karte there. Ball through into Pardo, who hits the crossbar, but it forced the Fidesz correct. Of course it does. Of course it does. They've done nothing all game. We should be winning this game like 4-0. Now we're losing 1-0. It ricochets off the crossbar and forces the Fidesz Correa. So we should have won this game already. You know, this game should have been dead and buried by, you know, half time. The amount of chances we had. But a draw here wouldn't be the worst result against a team that are just below us in the table, but it's a game that we should have won. Here is Moreira, the Portuguese talent, scores for us, get the ball. Oh, celebrate, go on, go celebrate the goal for a minute, but Afonso Moreira off the bench gets a goal to level it up. Two Portuguese talents scoring this game, Correa for them, Moreira for us. And I'm not happy with that, I want the win. Then I'm going to lash into the squad at full time. Only woman that I've done, are you mad, referee? Get the ball forward, come on, Enquiries. Moreira, can he be the hero? The Portuguese talent has got Sulch in the box. He's got to cut inside though, but the defender, I shouldn't have done that. Mandy blocks us. And we get a 1-1 draw against Lille at home. In the game we should have won. And it's not, you know, ludicrous to say that we should have won this game. It is obvious we should have won this game. Enquiries didn't score. He hit the crossbar at one point, had a shot that he should have done better with against Azur. And overall, look at the stats, man. We dominated possession, dominated the shots. They had 4. Naliha with a point. Tyler Morton, man of the match, and Tesman. That sums up the game. That our two midfielders were the best players in the team. Moreira off the bench did great. And that is unfortunate we get a draw here, but it's not the worst result, but it's not the best, because we need to guarantee ourselves top 4 next season, and a draw against Lille is not going to do that. That's going to see us fall behind other teams and also them get closer to us. And well, next up here we're taking on 6th place Strasbourg here in the Coupe de France quarter-final here. Let's get straight into this one. The same team as last time. I might have switched to a formation with left wing and right wing instead of a right mid and left mid to get Fofana and Nwame further up the pitch to start with. So I feel like we're going to try that in our next game. But right now, I want to keep the 4-2-3-1. Right now, we couldn't even switch to 3 at the back. It's worked out for us recently in other career modes and play Oosterwolde, Karte and Mata at centre back, and maybe play Maitland-Niles at CDM or maybe at right mid, or even just have maybe a backup on the bench. That could be a potential way for us. So we've got Kluivert, I believe the younger brother of Justin Kluivert, and obviously the younger son of Patrick Kluivert in the team with 90 pace at centre back. Not the highest rated defender, but a 90 pace is going to be very useful for us in the team with some decent backup players, with some young talents like Marat in the team, and also Malebe, and also Rodriguez, Moreira, and also Narte as well. Ligue Vario. Let's get into this game now. We get Strasbourg in the Coupe de France and hopefully advance to the next round. Paddy Shelley gets getting kicked off for Strasbourg. Also got some great players, Valentin Barker and Nassi. I see some great young players. Desiree Doué, his brother as well, the fullback. As you can probably hear in the background, I've got the French commentary on because I feel like it add a bit more realism to this series. As Fofana runs through, and Fofana early on in this one gives us the lead. With a very different start in a way that we did against, obviously, against our last team that we just played, who the team is not ahead right now, Lille, as we had a great start against them, but we couldn't score up until the final moments of the game where we got a leveller. And Fofana here with a great finish there, bent it into the top right-hand corner in the snow. You see, he leaves that one. It goes through. Talisa plays it through to the Belgian. And that's 1-0 hit to us early in this game against a very good Strasbourg team. Like I said, they're 6th in the table. They've got some great players in their team. But we might be looking to make a big statement after drawing that last game against Lille in a game that we should have won. Panicelli now coming forward. So he had a pretty decent season for the Australian. We supported stepping in. The Argentinian, if I'm not mistaken. Moreira hitting a nasty inside here. That's going to be good defender for Niakate. Seems it's going to be a fairly open game, just like the Forest and Palace game that I'm watching in the background. It's currently half time as I'm recording this, 1-1. With the penalty being given after Nico Williams denied them off a goal with a handball. Here's a ball through to Nwame, who finds Endrick, who hits the post, and I think the keeper made a save. But I think Nwame was offside in the build-up to that. Here's Corentin Tolisso. Let's go pass there back to the Belgian. Now Morton hits. It's a good effort, but Penders with the save. Morton does well there, ball around the corner to Fofana. He can hopefully now beat defender who does. Fofana now driving forward. Ball in looking to find Endrick, who turns, but couldn't get the shot over there, and they do well to defenders. Godo in there to Nanasi. It finds Panicelli, but that pass there was bad from him. He needed to keep possession there. He didn't have to pass it straight away. But we are struggling against, since we took the lead, we're struggling against them to... They've gone high press, which is really... We've had a majority of possession, yes, but we're struggling to create chances right now, and we need to get a second goal. So Endrick plays through Nwame. That's a great ball. Can he score? Ernest Nwame shoots, and it's a good save from Mike Penders and goal, the Belgian shot stopper, Niachelli. Maitland-Niles done incredible there. Take it down and get... Oh, that pass from Nwame, though, was awful. Two ends of the game, a great bit of skill from Maitland-Niles to defenders, and then a mistake which led to a chance, and Grief denies Moreira. It's a big save there from him, the 6'6" shot stopper. 28 years of age, 79 rated, as he has room to grow. Now Malik Fofana forward. Here to Endrick, the Brazilian. He plays it into Malik Fofana, who opened the game with a goal. Can he get a second? Yes, he does. 65 minutes in with double a lead. And a counter from a corner in which they almost, got a goal in after they, the shot that was denied by Grief of a big save. And Malik Fofana 2 goals in this game, a play that we're all going to miss if he does leave us next season to join a team like Liverpool, etc. Like I mentioned, if we do actually sell him to double our lead, we're going to make some changes though. Well, what a steal by Endrick straight away in this from kickoff. Endrick could triple our lead here. Endrick to put the game to bed, and he's done so. It's a big mistake from Strasbourg there. And Endrick scores his first goal of the series, his second in the league. On loan here from Real Madrid, a play that we need to get top 4 to keep in the team if we can. Even if we do get top 4, we might not have the money to sign him next season anyway. But we want to give ourselves the chance at bringing him in to show that he can be a player for us in the team, to give him the opportunity to sign for us here, get first team football and become a star player of the team. And we're 3-0 up against Strasbourg, so we've got a similar rest of the game as Valentin Barker goes off for them and Ben Chilwell comes on. We've got a similar rest of the game, 3-0 up, and it's going to end up being a 4-1 win with Endrick getting a second goal and Moreira getting a goal for them late on. Alright, so next up, as you can see, it's a big game for us up against Marseille, as they currently are third in the table. So us finishing fourth against us qualification games for the Champions League. We're also going to qualify, so third place is what we want to get. So beating Marseille here puts us 1 point behind them in the table. And we are taking them on, I believe, away from home for this game. I think we are playing them away from home, if I'm not mistaken. We are playing them away from home. So it's going to be a tough game for us away in Marseille. And we're going to play, I think, our usual 11 for this game. I think I'm liking the way this team is playing right now. I'm developing Malik Fofana and Nwame to play right wing so far, inside focus right now. They only have a 1+ on that position, even as you can see for Malik Fofana, I've won in that position. But right now the team's playing great. This is a big game for us though this season. If we win this, and we are one step closer to Champions League football next season, because we would rather finish in third, because fourth is only qualification, so I feel like it's a bit of a cop out to say, we've got Champions League football that way. But if we do get fourth, it is what it is. We have to qualify for Champions League football through the games that we would have to play. But hopefully we get third and we can keep Endrick in the team next season, because right now he's proven to be a good player for us in the squad. Inside here to Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang, who puts this shot on target with grief. Makes a save. He's almost actually 80 rated. I think in a month or two he's going to actually be 80 rated, which is very good for us. Ustavada does great there. Now we can counter with Ernest Nwame. Oh, that pass. Tesman needed to get that through the gap there into Endrick for that break. Højbjerg to Aubameyang. He shoots the Gabonese striker, but that's a good block there from us. Also the former Arsenal and Dortmund man. But he also had a spell at AC Milan where he didn't do quite well for himself, but that was in his younger days. Endrick, can he chip the keeper? No, he can't. That's a good save there from Rulli. Tries it into Murillo here. Good as well. And Aubameyang is looking dangerous in this game when he scores for Marseille to give them the lead. And it's been coming, to be fair. He's had 2 shots before, which Grief saved. But this one gives us some grief as we, concede. And Aubameyang runs into the box there. Poor defending from us to allow him to just charge into that central position. Someone should have been there. And Grief couldn't save it. And it's 1-0 to Marseille, courtesy of the experienced Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. I don't think 35, 36-year-old Aubameyang would be giving me as much trouble as I am having from him in this career mode so far. But so far, it's been better than, lots of Mbappe against me in recent times. Fafana, the Belgian, charging forward, and Nwame, good run there from him. Patience paid off there for us. Can we score at the end of it? Yes, we do. It's 1-1. You saw the patience there with me with Fafana not committing to a pass or a run there, just waiting for the Nwame to stop moving forward, and he did. And the Belgian feeds it through. And Nwame scores through. It's a play that I think I've used in the past at the Chromo or a rebuild, one of the two, and I liked before. I could have played it across the Endrick there, but I didn't want to take any chances. I thought, I'm just going to shoot with Nwame and score to make it 1-1 in the Orange Velodrome. A stadium that I actually love, man. The look of the stadium is just different and unique. I like the stadium so much. Into this geezer. Matt O'Reilly. It's good defending there for Niakate. The referee is, there we go, going to call for half time, level at the break. We take it in the derby. Kind of struggling in this game to get going. It's not really having the usual control. Morton, please be inside. There we go, Fafana. Ball in. I don't really have a tough player, but Endrick is falling to him, and Rulli makes a quick reflex save. It was a quick reflex shot for Endrick there as well, but Endrick should do better with that. So far, the games in this series they've been fun, they've been challenging. Okay, why did Endrick not? I told him to pass it 3 times there, and he didn't do it once. There we go. Thank you, Mata. He's gone down in a rating, but he's still obviously pretty good stats-wise. The 33-year-old centre-back. Well, we don't really have anyone else who can play ahead of him, who's better than him, so he's going to have to play for now Tolisso. Why not Tyler Morton from range? Trying to get in there, Steven Gerrard, but Rulli denies him. Maitland-Niles, good defending there. 20 minutes ago, a draw is not the end of the world against Marseille, but a win would be a lot better for us to go 1 point behind them. Tesman. Such heads it down. Endrick, you got to score here. Endrick. His shot's blocked there by Balerdi. Nwame. What a game he's had. Just got to focus and find a way through. There we go. Drill it in to Endrick. No, Fafana, sorry. Thought Endrick made a move over to the side there. Fafana. It's forced all the way back. He gets an advantage there, but short-lived. Why not? Such from range. He hits it. It's a good save there from Rulli Low. It's not the best strike, but it's not the worst. And here's Timber. Good save there from Grief. Win it back Niakate. Here is Such. He win it later on for us. He shoots, and it's a poor effort under pressure. We get a corner last kick of the game to win the derby. We're going to have to put this one into the box and not for Niakate or Ustavada on the header. Ustavada, can you win it? It's in towards him. Ustavada does win the header, but it's straight into Rulli. And it's a draw, a point apiece. And they stay ahead of us by a good margin in the league, but we should have won this game. I felt like we should have won this game. Marseille were good, yes, but in the end we outplayed them. Our second half performance was much better. I feel like we should have done better in this game. We should have got the 3 points here.
And well, next up we're taking on a team that are 10 points below us in the table. That is AS Monaco in the 5th position. You can see we're currently 4 points behind Olympique Marseille to the draw against them. And they're currently off 3rd on 55 points. We're currently 4th on 51 points. Let's get into this one away from home and hopefully defeat Monaco, where there's a Pogba and Fati in the team and some other great players. And hopefully claw back ground on Olympique Marseille. And well, for this game, we actually are going to be at home against Monaco. And so we're going to try out a 4-2-1-3 formation for this game with Mane Fofana and Unas Douame playing right wing and left wing. Compared to playing left mid and right mid, Tolisso is still going to be playing the cam role. Let's get into this one up against them at home and hopefully defeat Monaco here. All right, so here we go. And the commentary is still on, but I'm not too sure why it's not actually, working. I noticed in the Marseille game it wasn't actually on, but for some reason it is off again for this, even though it is on in the settings. So I'm not too sure what's going on there, but that's something I'm going to have to look into. Endrick does well there to find Fofana. Actually, no, Mame, sorry, not Fofana. Tasman will build up the attack here. Fofana. The Belgian, who's having a great season so far, but that may be detrimental to us, as he may be leaving us next season. And he does well there, but it's a good save there from the German shot stopper as Teze puts it out for a corner. You probably should have scored there, but I think goalkeeper makes a save. Tasman. Niakate back here finds Nwame, who hits it, blocked though. And it's Nwame up against Tarek Mitchell. Tolisso back into Nwame inside. Oh, we can't get the shot away there. Good defending there from Monaco. And exactly, she blocks that, trying to get that ball through to Mane Fofana there, Sakaraya. It's being tracked down here by the pacey Englishman in Mane Fofana, sorry, in Tarek Mitchell. To get the ball across to Nwame, shoots, it's blocked by Tilo Kieher. Teze inside to Vanderson, who's soon playing more like a CDM role in his team. As a shot there from Matt Cluj, good save there though from Grief. Matt Cluj is the talent I do want to use at some point in this game, as he's a very, very good talent player for Monaco. Ball here to Endrick, not the pass I really needed from Nwame, but the pass finds him anyway and Cohn makes a save. Oh, Tasman caught this time by Vanderson. And Morton can't get the ball off him. Vanderson plays it forward. Now we need to track down Cluj, the Frenchman. Back here to Balagoon. Lamine. Inside to Vanderson, who hits it, blocked though by Clinton Mata out for a corner to them. Morton. Fofana, Endrick, Tolisso over the top to find Endrick. Started the second half here, but Tilo Kieher gets it before him. We lose possession because of that. Ball over the top here to find Balagoon, who shoots, and thankfully Grief makes a good save to keep it in play as well. I'm not too sure why that was for me, but I didn't want to give them the corner, but thankfully it doesn't I don't live to regret that because we kept it away from them. Fofana. But it's got nowhere to go. They're just so defensive, Monaco here. I feel like I've got a proper focus right now to just create a chance, which is insane. Endrick on the turn, please score. And he scored! 80 minutes and we finally get a goal. And Endrick gets his 6th for the season, I believe, in the league. The number in the bottom left is so small there, I could barely read that. And Endrick on the turn gets the shot away, just about good enough there to beat the keeper. He probably needs to do better than the German shot stopper. We'll see it again from this replay. Yeah, I feel like he has to do better there. Probably couldn't. It's one of those that if he saves, it's a great save, but if it doesn't save, it's a good finisher from Endrick. And we finally get the go-ahead goal. But we need to make changes now because I want to keep this game in our grasp. Win it back there, thankfully. Mangala in here to Such. You can play it through to Miro, the Portuguese talent running through. It's denied though. We deserve to win this game. Birif. There we go, Mangala, thank you. And the referee calls it there. So 1-0 win against Monaco. A hard-fought game. We probably should have scored more than one goal in this one, but we get the win, that's all that matters. And what the stats-wise, we deserved to win. As you can see, it was a kind of even game in a way, stats-wise, but we had more possession, more shots, and we dominated the game. And Endrick, man of the match with an 8.0 rating. We get the win here, and we're closer. As long as Marseille lost to Lille, or at least dropped points, we're closer to finishing in the top 3 this season. And as you can see, Nets gains a big win in the quarterfinal first leg at home at the Olympique Lyon stadium up against Porto here. Let's get straight into this one and hopefully defeat them here in the first leg so we can swim the second leg and advance into the semi-finals of the Europa League, a competition that would be massive for us to win this season here. Well, we've got some good players. Ustavalda steals it though to begin with. Yeah, for some reason the French commentary is not working now. Like, you know, when I first put it on, it was working. I actually just turned it off and turned it back on in the menus, and it just no longer works again. I'm not too sure what's happened there, but I'm gonna have to look into that. So I did actually like having the French commentary in the background. Give a bit more authenticity to the save, being a French league save. So we get it all the way to Samu Locus, and Enquiries didn't kick the ball fast enough, and Samu thankfully misses there. Here come Porto on the attack here. Gabriel Vega shoots. Grief with the save. He probably could have caught it. The Prem and obviously La Liga. Decided to head to Saudi for the money and has come back to Europe now. Which, to be fair, I respect the decision. You know, go to Saudi for 2 years, earn a lot of money, and then come back. And obviously he's now playing in Portugal for Porto. Here is Tolisso. Could he open his scoring in this game? And he has done. Tolisso scores. The captain of the team, Corentin Tolisso, who's been a big player in this career. See, untapped potential for him. He's been a good player, but injuries, I do believe, ruined his career, and also just never really reached that like next level that he could have done as a player. But Tolisso is a great player. He scores it for us though to make it 1-0. Also, winning the Europa League this season would give us guaranteed Champions League football, and also gives us a European trophy in our cabinet, which obviously would then give Endrick the more chances of staying, because you think, you know what, they won the Europa League, they've got Champions League football next season, I'm a first team player, I'm a big part of their team, the manager wants to keep me around and make me a star player of the team as Nwame. It's taken up by Thiago Silva there, but no free kick because he did get a ball, but never really made a move. Gabriel Vega, good defending there from us, but Sumar Gomez steals it off us. He shoots and Grief makes the save, and it forced Mata, who thankfully gets it away there. Why did he come short there? No, he didn't need to come. Oh, what? That pass is meant for Morton. If we concede here, it's because of that moment. That just. What is going on? Niakate, the ball was directly in front of you. Oh, that's actually pissed me off. But I didn't expect Niakate to just kind of forget that he can kick the ball when it's in front of him. Endrick with that thing, you know. Can you score at the end of this, please? Endrick scores. It's a great goal. Hold that, Porto. You can score any lucky goals you want. Endrick can pull out a great bit of skill and make it 2-1. The rainbow flick over the defender, and a good finish there. Rainbow flick checker Kivior gets him behind and finds the finisher to make it 2-1. Gets his first goal in the Europa League this season and puts us back in the lead, which was to see. We done well there. The ball through to Fofana. It's a fairly quiet game for Fofana. He cuts inside there, the Belgian. Finesses it. Thiago Silva makes a block though. Gomez. Kim Morrison just didn't want to get a challenge in there. Ustavalda blocks. But it's possession for Holt. Cuts inside. The Danish midfielder still going, but Niakate good defending there against him. Well, the Lyon fans are, you know, edge of their seats. Only a 1-goal lead in this game against a tough team like Porto. Ball into the box, cleared. Ustavalda. Can't give it to one of our players though. Please, Grief, collect that. What is going on? Okay, thankfully there's something in there. I think our player would have cleared off the line anyway, but there's an offside there because, if we conceded there, I would have been even more frustrated. Ball over the top. That's going to be good work there from us, so to collect that before any of their players could do. Tyler Morton. Manny Fofana, Morton forward into Endrick to find Tolisso. Tolisso over the top to find Endrick. Great play here. Endrick inside. Great move and a great finish. And it's 3-1 here. We're now a 2-goal lead, courtesy of Endrick. Gets his second goal in the competition. And puts us 2 goals to the good here in this tie. A great bit of play. The cut inside. The keeper in no man's land, Costa, made a mistake there. And Endrick gets past Thiago Silva and finds the back of the net. And makes it 3-1 here in this one, we should have to see. And what a play Endrick's proving to be in this team. And hopefully next season we can bring him into the squad permanently and keep him here at Lyon for the series. And I try and hold off Mora, but he's done well there. Well, there's going to be enough time, hopefully wasted in this game, to see out the game. There we go. It's going to be 3-1 win in the first leg. I think I'm comfortable simming the second leg now, as it's 3-1. We beat Porto, we beat Thiago Silva's team. 3-1 here. Theresa above the goal, and obviously 2 from Endrick. Sears get the win, which was to see. That's a big win for us in this game, up against a tough Porto team, because Porto were tough to play. They were a good team to face with Endrick. On the match performance from him, a 10.0 rating. And again, Morton and Tesman proven to be great players for us in this team. And as you can see, Nets going to be against the league leaders PSG. They're currently top of the table on 68 points, 7 points clear of Marseille in 61 points and 8 points clear of RC Lens there, and 10 points clear of us in 4th place. Now, it's getting to this one now, up against the league leaders, I believe, away from home, and hopefully beat them here and pull out a big victory before we head into the semi-finals of the Europa League. This is going to be a game about patience and taking opportunities. As the PSG, if they get a chance, and half a chance, they can probably score. But as we need to be clinical as Taliso could do that straight away here. Taliso does score. Their first header wasn't the best, but he did enough there to get the chance for him to score back-to-back goals for him in played games. Obviously scored against Porto to open the scoring and gets a goal here for him. Soph in the league. Well, a player we're most likely going to look to replace at some point, but as a player we're going to keep around in the team. I see right now has been, well, such a big player for us in the team. I see playing Cam. He just go down like a -3 for some reason in the camera, even though it does like Cam as a position, has the stats to play a Cam. But for some reason, players like Taliso take like 300 weeks to become a Cam and like 200 weeks to become a CDM, despite them having the stats to play there and a position's already on them. It doesn't make any sense, but we get the lead here against them. Again, the commentary is not working. I've also noticed that the crowd ambience is dead. I've literally reset all my settings and stuff and changed them back, and they just don't seem to be working. So I'm not sure what's happened, but between yesterday and today, the audio settings are just completely messed up and just don't work anymore. Vitinha, sorry. There's Dembele. Vitinha shoots, and as I was going to say, different grief. Ball in back of Cherki. Had a goal by João Neves, and Grief makes the save. Ball in again. Had a goal by João Neves, cleared to the line by Tesman. And somehow don't get the ball there, even though it was already in front of us. Vitinha. PSG looking likely to score here, João Neves. There's good defending from Taliso, just did a bit too much there, João Neves, who's now looking for a way forward. But there's just no space. Malik Fofana. Going to be there from him to find Taliso. And Nweme on the turn. Nuno Mendes makes the error. And Nweme shoots, and thankfully for them, the Chevalier makes a big save because Nuno Mendes made the error. And Nweme with a good finish there. But unfortunately, the Frenchman made a big save there to keep it only at a 1-goal scoreline. Fofana, Tesman, Nweme. Nuno Mendes making some big errors, and Nweme is in again, and Nweme shoots, and Chevalier somehow makes it save again and puts it onto the post. Back here to Cherki. The Georgian has a big challenge here from Tesman, though, but puts it out for a corner in the process. Ball into the box. It's going to be Osgrove to collect, and he's done so. Okay, now counter from the corner here. Ball over the top to find Endrick running through. He's got Patrick tracking him down. Endrick, he'll double that goal tally, and Endrick's done so. And well, what a win this could be against PSG. Now, I didn't mean to rhyme, but it did. As Endrick here gives us a 2-goal lead in this game. It's been a great game between us and PSG. They've done well. But unfortunately for them, they found themselves 2 goals down in this game. And the scoreline, that does flatter us, yes, because PSG probably should have scored in the first half. But we should have scored more than one in the first half as well. So
we're in a deserved position, but obviously PSG should have scored themselves, but thankfully for us, Greece have been making some big saves and we managed to defend them quite well so far. City yesterday blew a 2-1 leading against Spurs despite being a much better team in the game. In the second half, we just completely capitulated and just let them back into the game. Obviously, the first goal shouldn't have happened. The dominant Solanke first goal should have been disallowed for the foul on Gehi because he literally did kick him into the ball, sort of thing. So that shouldn't have happened. But the second goal from Solanke was insane. But overall, we should have won that game. Ousmane Dembele here to Desiree Doué. It's PSG trying to get themselves back in the Icardi. There's well to defend them, but they still have possession. Greece coming out to put them under pressure. They still somehow have the ball and they're not going to score. Rayan Cherki somehow misses an open goal. So it's Kvaratskhelia. John Neves to Vitinha looking to feed through the Ballon d'Or winner Ousmane Dembele. And Greece, what a save that is, putting him under pressure, forcing him into the earliest shot. And he makes the save as well. And Luis Enrique is probably wondering what's happened to his team because they were top of the table, well, they are top of the table. And they come here. We'll come here to Paris and we are outplaying them. To be fair, though, it's been, like I said, an even game. It's been one of those games that we could have lost, we could win, we could draw. As Neves is somehow winning every header that he goes against. I'm not too sure João Neves is the most dangerous player in the year against us, but for some reason he is. Back here though to Vitinha. Desiree Doué inside. João Neves shoots and he hits the crossbar, but it falls back to them and they get a goal. A much deserved goal, I will say. Kvaratskhelia makes it 2-1. And now for the final minutes, it's going to be an interesting game because PSG are in this one. We've just been passing the ball around for the final few moments of the game and get it forward. There we go. It's going to be a 2-1 victory against PSG. A deserved victory, yes, but and also a game that we could have lost, we could have drew, we could have won. And thankfully, the outcome was a win for us as we beat them. It was a massive win, as you can see, to the fans of Lyon. And what actually is a massive win for us this season against PSG, man, because this could see us get into the top 5. You can see they outplayed us shots-wise, but we were more clinical, we dominated possession, and we beat them here. And that's a massive 3 points against us, against PSG, the league leaders in the league. And well, after that big win against PSG, it's time for us to face Stuttgart here in the semi-final first leg of the Europa League here, as you can see, at home. This will be a big game for us to win, obviously reaching the final of the Europa League and hopefully winning it will be big. Let's get into this one. I can see we've got some good growth in the team. As you can see, the likes of Greece going up to an 81 rated. You've got Tyler Morton and Tesman growing decently. Ustavodna 78 rating. And Endrick's going up as well. Let's get into this one though. Up against them and hopefully defeat the German team here and head through into the final of the Europa League. That goes to Talisa somehow, but there we go. We'll make it work. Here we go. Managed Fofana over the top. I'm hoping for a quick game here against Stuttgart for us to just blow them out of the water early on, but Fofana there, not the best effort. The angle wasn't on his favour, but he needs to do better there. Trusted the Portuguese striker slash. Okay, it's not Rodrigo Mora, it's another Mora. Is that that might be the Mexican talent. He's a free agent. Shot taken, Greif was saved there to deny them. Still at Mora, bad pass there from him. And I make the Niles can carry the ball forward for us. Ball forward into Nwame, who should be onside. He is. Nwame across to Fofana. That was risky for me to do, but I knew I could do it. I didn't fancy Nwame on the shot there at the angle, so I thought, you know what, let's just try pass it to Malik Fofana, and the game actually did. I was kind of worried it would try pass it to Endrick, which wasn't the pass that I wanted. But I did find the Belgian, who as you can see, it was actually Tolisso in the box, sorry, who made a good run there, late into the box there, open goal for him to put the ball into. And the Belgian, scores here to make it 1-0. Cadazor forward into Thiago Tomas. Mora into their player who took the shot, not to show who that was, but good block there from us. It's Mora now into the box. Header goal is by Dennis Undav over the bar from the German. Over here to Benani. There's the Mora. Undav now, good defending. I was going to say good defending from us, but somebody got past Niakate there, but thankfully Mata makes a block. Not too sure how he got past Niakate there, but he did. Endrick through to Fofana. Fofana's going to get the Belgian. Did he double his goal tally and double our lead in this game? Yes, he does. After missing a big opportunity in the first half, he gets 2 goals. Well, early in the first half, I should say, because we're offside in the first half. He gets 2 goals here to make up for it, to put us in the lead here, to make it 2-0.
After a big defensive interception from Clinton Matt at the other end, we got the other end and get the goal. To give us a 2-goal lead going into the half-time break. We should have to see Mela Fofana, what a player he is, man. If we do sell him next season, and I'm going to try and get the most amount of money possible for him that we can get. But it would be a big player for us to lose. But if we do want to sign Endrick, we might have to sacrifice Fofana. There's Dennis Undav, ball over the top. To find Thiago Tomas. If we do sell Fofana, then he could be a good sign for us at left wing. And we're 2 goals up in this game, so I brought on Mera in the cam role to just give him some game time and see what he can do for us. So he's a pretty good young talent. Now, I feel like I'm going to loan out next season. Here's Endrick. See Mera there making good moves as Mera does well. Endrick going to get an assist. Endrick gets the goal. Instant impact from the young French talent there to get an assist to make it 3-0. We're going to send the rest of the game. And well, we should be through to the final of the Europa League because we are winning this game 3-0. Obviously, there is a second leg. Mera does well there to get into the space and find the pass as well to find Endrick. He makes it 3-0 here to us. We should have to see. And well, what a season we've had since I came in as manager. We haven't lost a single game. And we look like we're going to win maybe 2 trophies this season with the Europa League and also the Coupe de France up for grabs. And maybe even a late league title challenge, which I don't think is going to be likely. But I think we're going to send the rest of the game here. And we're going to get a 3-1 win with Dennis Undav getting a goal later on for them to get them a consolation goal and a chance maybe in the second leg in Germany. Alright, so as you can see, next up is a trip to Turkey at the Besiktas Stadium to take on Braga in the Europa League final. And well, this one should be a fairly straightforward win against Braga. They're a decent team, yes, but I feel like we should beat them. I feel like we are better than them in most positions of our team. But let's get into this one now. And after this, we are in the Coupe de France final. So we've got 2 back-to-back finals, so hopefully win 2 trophies this season. Let's get into our first one, though, and hopefully win Europa League here. Today at left back. So we do well to defend it. Morton forward. Endrick, well, Nwame is completely left wide open, and Nwame scores it to make it 1-0. But there's not been much to happen in this game so far, but we get the go-ahead goal. And due to, by the way, you might only see that the goals and stuff like that for the final 2 games of the season here because we are facing 2 cup finals, and I've only got X amount of clips to be able to use in a video left on Share Factor. I've got right now, it's, I believe, if I've only showed the intro to the game and this goal, it's now 83 clips out of 100. So as you can tell, there's a bit of space that I can use, but I don't want to, get it to the point where I have to cut out big moments of the episode. So I'm gonna hopefully try and be smart with the editing to keep it concise and show you what happens in the games, but also not go over the top of the amounts of clips, so we have a good, concise, episode, and I don't run out of clip space in the episode to edit. I do wish it wasn't a limit, but it be what it be. As I get a shot there, and that is a good defender from us. That pass there was awful because that was a bad decision for me, but we get the ball back. I would like a fairly easy victory against Braga. That would be nice, in the Europa League final. Nwame. That's good defender from Marlolo. It's going to be a corner. So we go short to Nwame. Nwame just won the corner for us. Oh, it's good defender from Marlolo coming over. Okay, Morton through the centre to find the captain, Corentin Tolisso, and it's 2-0 here to us. And yeah, I think for this game at least, I'm just gonna show you the goals because Braga shouldn't be a hard task for us to be in the Europa League final here. As Corentin Tolisso, the man that will lift the trophy here, scores to make it 2-0. It's a good assist there by Tyler Morton, a great ball through the centre to find a Frenchman. And it's 2-0 here to us in the final against Braga. As you can see, this through ball by Morton was incredible, and the finish from Tolisso was simple and gives us the 2-goal lead in this game. Let's get to bed. Oh, good defending there from their defender. Just a bit too long with that skill with there, Endrick. Need to be a bit quicker with it. Tolisso flicks it in behind to Endrick. Great header there from him, and Endrick makes it 3. And before the half-time break, we are leading Braga in the final 3-0, and Endrick, what a season he's had for us. And it's looking likely that if we don't have the money to sign him next season, we can bring him into the team. Because right now,
we should be guaranteed Champions League football for next season. I believe we have finished third in the league, by the way. I'm going to show you the league title, league table at the end of the episode and show you how that finished. But yeah, 3-0 up here in this final. It's been a great performance so far from us. And Braga, I've had a few opportunities, yes, but nothing really of note to show you. They've had one shot that Grief made a decent save. Why? Okay. Melanard steals it. Ball forward into Maleve, the Frenchman who were brought on, the young talent. Good turner from him. Can he get a goal? Maleve shoots and Maleve scores. It's a big goal for him in the Europa League final. It's now 4-0 here to us. Enzo Maleve scores. A player that I've been given a few opportunities to win some sim games. And it's done well for us. I see a decent young talent, a player that we are most likely going to loan out next season along with Rodriguez. They're not the highest rated players for us to have. I might actually keep Maleve around to give him some games. I'm not too sure what his potential is in the game. But he's a young French talent we can develop in the team. He scores to make it 4-0 and shows that he can be a decent player for us. It's just in the bigger games. I say the bigger games, this is the Europa League final. But being against the bigger teams, he might struggle to get involvements in. But against Braga here, he gets a goal for himself. We should have to see. Braga though from kick-off, trying to get a goal back in this game. Moscardo hits it, shot wide of the post though. Can I sums up their game? Give Victor and I going forward. Goes it back. Tasman intercepts, but Morta's got it back off him, and it's just shot him. I conceded that. And we'll hit after a 4-1 victory over them. We'll get to lift the Europa League here. A big win for us to guarantee ourselves Champions League football next season. I do think in the league we already did finish and guarantee Champions League positions, but winning a trophy is a big statement here for us. And maybe Endrick is going to stick around for season 2 because we have achieved the goal I wanted to keep him around. But the question is, can we actually buy him? If we do have to sell for finance to do so, I think that could be worth it. As Taliso, the captain, lifts the Europa League. Let's get into our next game, which is the Coupe de France final, and hopefully get a fairly straightforward victory in that one as well. Alright, so here we are, the final game of the season in the Coupe de France final up against Arsenal. Let's get into this one at the Parc des Princes and hopefully win the Coupe de France here. Kind of reviving his career at Lens right now. Endrick, no, my mate, through to Endrick here, and can we get the first goal of the game? Endrick gets the goal. Just under 10 minutes in, we make it 1-0 here. And just like the Europa League final, by the way, I'm just going to show you the goals that happen because the episode's nearly 50 minutes long. We don't need it to be much longer than that. You know, I mean, like I also explained, I've also got a certain amount of clips I can put into a video on Share Factory on PS5, and we're coming towards the limit of that, so I don't really want to do that. But Endrick here makes it 1-0, and that's a big goal for us here in the final of the Coupe de France against RC Lens. Give a final forward. It looks like Morton's been injured. That's not good for us. Endrick, 2-0. That's a fantastic finish, by the way. On the Trivella, on the half volley. His 2-0 hits with 17 minutes in. Endrick gets his 5th goal in 5 games at the Coupe de France. And well, you imagine with the performances that Endrick's putting in at Lyon here, he could be a player we can sign next season. If we have the money to do so, then we are going to do it. Because we finished, in Champions League positions, we're winning trophies. And a player like Endrick is we want to play for a team that are winning trophies, that are, competing at a top level. And hopefully next season can do well in the Champions League. And obviously, depending on the money we get, we can make some signings. But obviously, Lyon right now in real life are, struggling financially, so we might have to limit ourselves with the signings we make. And also, we might have to sacrifice Malik for Fofana. Endrick, that for me, can get that. Can you get the hat trick? There we go. The hat trick is secured for Endrick, and it's 3-0 here in the Coupe de France final. And while this trophy is well and truly ours, I see Lawrence, like I mentioned, or a team that IRO are doing pretty well, but in the game, they haven't got the best team ratings-wise. They've got good players, like I say, IRL, but it doesn't really translate to FC sometimes with a team like Lons are outperforming where they are doing IRL. And in game, like I mentioned, are just not that level. And we get a 3-goal lead here. They've got a few decent players like their goalkeeper, Rizza, who's a good French talent we could bring in. But Endrick makes it 3 and gets a hat-trick for himself in this final here before the half-time break. Ball forward, what a play he has been for us. Now, ball through. Endrick can get a 4th goal in this final. And Endrick's denied.
Forster Fofana, there we go, it's 4-0. There's a big save there from the keeper, by the way. It's a great save from him. But fortune was on our side there. It fell to Fofana, who makes it 4-0 here towards in this final. And, well, we are running right here in the Coupe de France final here in Paris against Lens. A team you do expect us to beat in the game. You know what I mean? Like I keep saying, their team, they've got some good players. Like I said, their goalkeeper makes a big save there. But it's 4-0 here to us. And we are looking like a very, very good team. And next season, we could be a problem in the league if we continue this form. And with the signings we could make, if we do bring Endrick into the team, and Fofana either stays or we bring in a player a good quality to replace him, then you know, and we're gonna look like a very good team going into next season. And well, here we are, the Coupe de France trophy after a 4-0 win in this final. And what a win it was! We absolutely dominated. Lens in this final here, and the Coupe de France is a small trophy in terms of stature, and it's a fairly big trophy to win in France, if I'm not mistaken. Obviously, it's the second trophy you can win for the top flight teams. Obviously, there's a league title in the Coupe de France. We get a second trophy this season, and Stabilise lifts the Coupe de France here again in Lyon's history. You love to see it. But let's get into the menu, wrap up the season, and what a season it's been here for the first episode of the series, and hopefully we can improve next season and go into season 2 with the ability to hopefully go on to win the league title and maybe even compete for the Champions League next season. And well, as you can see, rather interestingly, Marseille just about won the league title against PSG with one more goal scored season, win the league title and goal difference. We finished third in the table on 71 points, guaranteeing ourselves Champions League football for next season. I said, since I came in as manager, we haven't lost a single game, and we got on to win 2 trophies in the Coupe de France and also the Europa League rather convincingly in both of them, a 4-1 and a 4-0 victory respectively. The team right now is looking pretty good, and next season, obviously, Endrick's a player we want to sign permanently. Manny Fofana could be a player we let go. I'd rather not do so, but to keep it realistic, we might have to do so. We need to sign a new centre-back to replace Clinton Mata, as he's going to go down in his overall even more. And Griffin goals looking pretty good, 82 rated now. He's a great goalkeeper for his defence. Backups-wise, we need to improve. Karabek's going back to Sparta Praha. He's only on loan here. And obviously, our 2 backup strikers are low-rated and elsewhere. We need to definitely improve in some backup positions, but that's for next season to do. That probably is where we're going to spend most of our money, bringing in backup players. But in terms of performances, as you'll see, Endrick, our best player, 21 goals and 7 assists, a +2 in overall. How much is it worth now? It's worth 33 million. And if I'm not mistaken, if you head over to the messages tab here, as you can see, Endrick has said that he's enjoyed his loan spell here at the club and he hopes we can make it a permanent deal. So in season 2, Endrick might be a Lyon player on a permanent basis if we had the money to do so, and Real Madrid let it happen. That is up to them, of course, if they let us have him. But in terms of other performance, real quickly, let's have a look. We do have some great performances. Like Tolisso, 15 and 9 from him, a great season from him. Petr Suluc, 14 and 11. Fofana, 12 and 3. Moreira, 10 and 5. Noame, 6 and 3. I feel like he's going to be a player that it does improve next season. And Balebe, in 10 games, got 6 goals and 1 assist. Looking pretty good as the 18-year-old French talent. And in terms of players on the shortlist there, some of these are players we could sign next season, some that we can sign in the future. We've got a few goalkeepers there just in case we need to sign a goalkeeper, some backup goalkeepers, so nothing ready that we need to do right now. In terms of right backs, if we want to improve or make the Naza, Combedi, the former Lyon talent we could bring into the team. We've got Desiree Doué's older brother playing for Strasbourg, we could bring into the team, a more expensive signing, but definitely a very good player. In terms of centre-backs, we could replace Clinton Mata. We've got Dragusin from Spurs. We've got Jalacunia from Nottingham Forest. Canvo from Crystal Palace. Eduardo Quaresma, a more expensive signing from Sporting. Andres Christensen, a more experienced player from Barcelona for a decent price. Bombito from OGC Nice, a very fast defender, would be incredible for us in that back line. We've got Jacquet, who has signed for Liverpool IRL for 60 million, who could be a good player for us. We could bring into this team and develop as a French centre-back alongside Niakate. We also have Mavissa, the French centre-back from Monaco, who can play left-back as well, who could be a good player for us. And in terms of players we could bring in elsewhere, Castello Lekeba, a player we could maybe sign in the future if we have the money to do so, and we need to do so, obviously, former Lyon talent, sold to Leipzig, and has been a good player for them. Ibrahim Sangore could be a good backup midfielder for us. In terms of younger talents we could bring in, Ethan Mbappe could be a good player for us in the near future. Nabry, by the way, We have signed at a pre-contract, so that's one player we have coming into our team next season as a backup, or well, maybe our first in left wing next season, depending on transfers we make. We've got Ibrahim Mbaye, the young talent from PSG, we could bring into the team. We've got Mohamed Ali Cho, so we're actually signing a Lyon series back in SC24, so we could sign him in this one and have him be a good player for us in the team, either at striker, left wing, right wing. Wherever he plays, will be a great player for us. And in terms of Karim Benzema, we could bring him in as a player that's formerly a Lyon, signed for, as left out Etihad and assigned for Al Hilal at Aral. Nicola Zaniolo, obviously, what a talent he used to be, man, but right now he's 76 rated, 26 years of age, on loan from Galatasaray Udinese, a fall from grace from him where he used to be. And in terms of a player we could bring to be a backup striker, it's Wilson Isidore from Sunderland. So he's recently been linked with a move to Paris FC, but they didn't want to spend the money on bringing him in. But we could bring him in to be a backup striker to Endrick if we do sign Endrick next season for a fairly cheap deal for a great player. They're players I've got on the short list. Obviously, Nabri's going to sign for us on a permanent deal. Drop in the comments below players what they see us use, if we should sell for following next season. As always, thank you for watching. Drop a like and subscribe, and goodbye.